to, okay, slightly early upper body weight transfer. So when we're talking about upper body weight transfer is this, the moment where she starts moving her body forward. Yeah, so this center of her upper body. So the moment which her upper body moves forward. So it is slightly early. For a one-hander, we will prefer that you move your upper body only when your ball has reaches here. Your ball has reached here. Then your ball is starting to go in the upswing, then you tilt your body forward. So it is slightly early, but it is, in her case, it is hard to control because like I mentioned earlier, because her ball weight is exerting so much force due to the long distance from her pivot point, which is a long distance from her shoulder. So this amount of force is going to force her upper body to go down early as much as she's trying to keep it stable. So she's pulling on her downswing. So when she has a pull, because when she exerts this pull on her downswing, right, she's exerting force to bring the ball further back. So so in a way, she's exerting a force here. And this force is going to stop her body from moving forward more. So her body system might be subconsciously doing this pull because the body system has to find a way to counter the early weight transfer of the upper body to make sure that the upper body doesn't go flat down to the ground like this. So in order to do this, her body system probably counters it naturally by having a put downswing. So she pulls her downswing, accelerate to the back in order to counter her early body weight transfer so that her upper body still continues staying upright. Would we want to change this as a coach? Yes, because this acceleration, this pulling of a downswing, right, is not going to be consistent in a high pressure situation because, like I mentioned earlier, if you're in a very tense competition, very tense match, anything that involves muscle that is or your whole body is going to tense up a little bit more, even if it doesn't involve muscle. And since this pulling motion involves muscle, when she tense up, she's going to probably going to pull harder, and her backswing is probably going to end up a bit higher than normal due to that means more force in her pull, and if it ends up higher, her timing is going to be affected. She's going to be late compared to delayed, so it's going to affect her release in a high pressure situation. It's going to affect her timing and going to affect her release because yeah. So this is not an ideal one. So as a coach, what we want to do is not to directly ask the athlete not to pull the backswing, but instead to correct the early weight transfer. So once we can correct the early weight transfer by probably reducing the distance of her ball placement, that means not having her place the ball so far, because by placing the ball that far away, it causing a lot of strain on her upper body, which also causes the early weight transfer, which in turn causes the put backswing. So ideally, if we have an athlete that has the exactly same bowling system as Daria, what we want to change is we want to correct the distance of the ball placement, to just shorten the distance of the ball placement and just see if that change alone is enough to correct both the early weight transfer and the pull backswing.